vandalism. They vandalize the whole of that. Okay, that project is falling. There is no higher institution there. You can see how long it took us to have a bank in Ugep. So we should look at that very well, and that will be on a very strong footing of this association. Another thing we should also look at is that we have a general hospital there. Still talking about, higher institution. It gives us a very good platform. If we want to have a school of nursing, if you think we should have, if it's one of the projects this association will undertake. When we have a school of nursing as an alternative, it will attract all those people from there, because we know these things go at federal level too. So, and then I did mention that we should be able to finance a project. And then in another way, you say we should introduce like a public library. Yeah, we should have like a youth development center whereby the information will be accessible to everybody. And that youth, the program director should be able to tap into this youth local that they have a problem of passing JAMB. The academic suicide have been there. And one of the things will be to check those things, because the quality education is not coming up there. Imagine how somebody could write a mountain western figure. That is unbelievable. So in trying to do all this, we take a very strong stance on that, and see how we can, put these things in place. And it's still boiled down on, the NGO. By the time we get the NGO team going, it will be very, very instrumental to all these projects we're trying to execute. So thank you.
Thank you.
That's very good. We have listed probably 8 things that are very relevant, and that will be significant in our whole deliberations and ability to help. My brothers, let us take 1 or 2 things, 1 or 2 things at a time. We can start with 1 thing and do the rest after. We should also develop that relationship which I keep emphasizing. When we talked about accountability earlier, we also felt it will be necessary to know what our budget is in Cross River State and Yako as a whole. That data thing you're talking about is very, very important, because it gets to the core of resource distribution, not only in Cross River State, but also in Yako and Nigeria as a whole. If we know our population, if we know the number of students in a class, if we know the number of students in Yako as a whole, and tell people this is who we are, I think we have achieved something. You know why I'm saying this? Listen. Teachers, principals, who are in charge of collecting money from students on a yearly basis. And I'll tell you how they make their money. Please don't say anything. This is off the record. But I'm just going to say it for you to know exactly how the system has been so messed up that it will be very, very tough for us to fix it. However, we will try. One of the ways why principals say man is to inflate the number of students in their school. Okay? And talk to this thing to give them money, that is not even reflective of the population of that place. So they are getting part of that money to themselves. 2, they also go ahead and do what? And admit more students in that school and give maybe 1/3 or half of it, the statistics, to the government. And what do? The principal picks up money from those extra people that he has. Listen, I know this is a fact.
That is true. I'm a witness of that.
Thank you.
I have somebody with that who collected school fees, exam fee, but he collected the exam fee more from all the students who failed in that school. But the result didn't come because it was as if it was held. The question is that those papers were not marked at all, and the students don't know. It's happening. It's happening.
This is what is happening.
That is true.
And if we can expose these things that we are talking, we will be in a position to say, my brother, we have lawyers in Ugep, Yaka, and everywhere. We are going to challenge our lawyers. We are going to challenge our attorneys in Yako as a whole and say, listen, if we find somebody that we have suspected or have evidence to suggest that this person has done A, B, C, D, E, F, G, we would tell our Yako lawyers, sit on this boy's butt and put him in jail. If we overseas can pay the legal fees for this individual to be punished, then so be it.
Okay, I have something.
Hold on, I'm not finished.
Education, because we are talking education as
Let me finish.
You know, I'm in it on the
I know that. Let me finish my point.
I want to talk my point.
No. Let me talk about it. Hold on. I have one more point to make.
They don't know what is happening.
Hold on. I know. I'm coming to the point. The next thing that I am thinking, we are talking about the quality of education, right? You have talked about a resource center. I think we can encourage the government of the Cross River State to establish maybe a school of basic studies in Yako that would have a computer learning center, an adult education, an internet, whatever. All of this, we can call it any name as a school of basic studies that will have those three components of things that we believe can be utilized to the progress of our people. That's fine.
Thank you, Dr. Mr. Ben,
can I help you? Can I say something before you say?
Yeah.
As we brainstorm, no matter what somebody says, whether for the good of our people, Okama, the question, let me start from the last point. The question of there is no school in Yako local government area or Cross River State as a whole where there is any need for anybody to inflate numbers because all the schools are overpopulated. That's number one. The question of principals' malpractice. I don't know whether we need, it is our business to do anything. This is a known fact out there. The government has dealt with it, is dealing with it as it happens. A number of principals were sacked as a result of what you just mentioned. So those things are things that are known by the people, and the government has institutions that deal with those aspects. The one that I wanted to mention is the issue of this library, the resource center. You made a very important point, the issue of collaboration, interacting with the people out there. There are certain structures that have already been put in place, especially in a place like Ugep. We need to liaise with the people on ground who have these structures to make them a reality. For example, the Ugep Ekeledi Women Association has built a library in Ugep. Are we all aware of that?
No.
That's news.
I don't know.
And it's good.
The Ekeledi Women Association of Ugep has built a library, a public library.
Wow.
The structure is in place. It has not been completed, but the tennis, just behind the tennis court.
When you go into the civic center,
At the civic center.